are to follow relative to their importance. Next, the secretary, the treasurer, the publicist, and the guy who is a handyman, has been for a long while, has been in hockey for ever so many years. I won't say how long because I do not want to date him. A very energetic guy. He has come here from New York City, actually Long Island, Hempstead, where the American Hockey League's office is located, and he brings the greetings of the American Hockey League and its president, James Ballmer, who is in Pittsburgh. But tonight we are honored to have here Jim Ellery.
That's a dirty trick. Members of the head table, and the best way to sum the whole thing up is good Providence hockey fans, because I know everyone here is surely a good Providence hockey fan, otherwise they wouldn't be here in the first place. I'm very happy to be here tonight. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks, Paul. That's the second time tonight Paul's given me a hard time. The first time he told me his speech originally was going to take 47.5 minutes. So I figured that was going to give me minus 25. I'm very glad that Paul didn't take 47.5 minutes, because I have something very nice to say about Paul, as well as our honored guest Toppa tonight. And it's a little message from a fellow who played with them back in 1955-56. They've been talking about the 48-49 club. That club had a tremendous forward line, which is very true. It was comprised of Carl Listholm, Roger Bedard, and Harvey Fraser. However, there's quite a controversy going on as if that was the greatest line of Providence or the American Hockey League ever had, or was the line of Paul Larrabee, Emile Henry, and our honored guest Zellio tonight. At any rate, I spoke to Cammy in New York last night, and I asked him if he could possibly come up here. I didn't know the national schedule too well. He said he would love to be here. The only reason that he isn't here, the Rangers are playing in Detroit tomorrow night, and Cammy is flying out with the club tonight. However, he told me to give all his greetings and best wishes to all the Providence hockey fans, and to Paul and Zellio, and to also tell both of those fellows that he'll never forget what they did for him, because it was while playing with them in 1955-56 that he got his second chance to play in the National Hockey League. And he owes an awful lot to them, and Cammy is one of the first guys in the world to admit it, that he owes an awful lot to them, and he stayed in the National Hockey League ever since. That was the year he scored the 50 goals. It's awfully hard to come up here and follow two of your bosses, such as Lou Perry and Terry Reardon. As you know, Lou is the owner of the Providence Hockey Club. We have 8 clubs, so he pays 1/8 of my salary, so what can I say? In addition to that, Terry is not only the general manager, but he's the member of the Board of Governors in the American Hockey League. And we have a meeting in New York or any other place. Don't think that Terry doesn't give me what for once in a while, which I deserve a good many times too. However, outside of that, we're very good friends, and it's a pleasure to know him as well as everybody else in Providence. But to get back to our honored guest, I don't know whether this was thought of or not, but whoever decided to pick tonight to honor Toppa, they sure picked an auspicious occasion, because through delving through the American Hockey League records over the weekend, which I am custodian of, I mean, plenty of people have said the wonderful things about Toppa tonight, and he deserves every one of them, personally and his record and everything else. However, I think that through having all the league records in the office, I know a few things that the average person doesn't know. Therefore, as I said, it's a very auspicious occasion tonight to have this dinner, because it was only just this past weekend, on Saturday, March the 3rd in Pittsburgh, that Zellio played his 700th regular season American Hockey League game. And if you think that doesn't prove him durable, I don't know what else to say. In addition to that, he's been in 30 playoff games, and don't forget the 125 games he played in the National Hockey League besides. Speaking of his National Hockey League career, one of the earliest recollections I have of Toppa was, maybe 12 years ago when he played for the New York Rangers, and he was a rookie then, and we had such outstanding long-time stars on the Ranger Club as Chuck Rayner, the goaltender, and the late Topper being a rookie, one of his jobs, I'm sure he's going to remember this, one of his jobs was every time the club went on a road trip on a late train in Montreal, Toronto, was to make up the sandwiches for the club. And I made a couple of those trips with him, and Frankie Edels, who had quite a sense of humor, he says, I don't know, Topper brings those sandwiches on the train, doesn't make any difference what they're made of, whether they're made of chicken or turkey or even cream cheese and jelly, he's always got to slap a piece of salami on top of them. To complete Topper's record, he has scored over 700 points in the American Hockey League. He has scored over 400 assists, and he's rapidly approaching the mark of 300 goals scored. Further than that, as most of you know, as I mentioned, the year of 55-56, he led the American Hockey League in scoring during the regular season with 113 points. In addition to that, he also led the playoff scoring that year with 20 points, which is still an American Hockey League record for a single playoff series. Now, speaking of the American Hockey League, we consider the American Hockey League one of the top sports organizations in not only the United States and Canada, but in the world. It is a so-called minor league, which is very true. However, we have certain things in the American Hockey League that some of the so-called major leagues don't have, such as a life insurance policy paid for by the league for every player. In addition to that, a pension plan. There's quite a few major leagues do not have any pension plan for their players. In other words, what I'm trying to say is the American Hockey League stature is on a very high plane right now. And it is such guys that Topper, who as Topper, have built the league up to the standards that it is today. And in his 13 seasons in the league, we feel, speaking from the American Hockey League headquarters office, we owe an awful lot to guys such as Topper, and we owe him an undying debt of gratitude because it's guys like him that have built the league up the way it is today. Because of that reason, we have such brilliant young players coming into the league. When I say brilliant, I mean brilliant. And when I speak about him, I'd like to mention him right now, in addition to Topper, because it was through the efforts of Terry Reardon this past season before this, that when he went scouting around, he's been missing for a couple of weeks, he found a player that had played in the league some 7 or 8 years ago. At the present time, he is the leading candidate, if not the only candidate, for the Rookie Award as far as Providence should be concerned. Pierre Berlant. He has scored 30 goals, and there's not too many rookies in any professional hockey league that will ever score 30 goals in their rookie season. Perhaps I shouldn't mention this, but I believe in being objective. I mean, there are other good rookies in the league too, don't get me wrong, but I have to mention, as I said, being objective, he is the one that has the most outstanding record at the present time. Not prejudiced at all, Terry. I'm saying just being objective, that's all. If anybody has a better record, well, I'm willing to mention them too. There are others to be objective, such as Bruce Draper and Murray Hall and fellows like that. But taking the top record, Berlant has the best record. At any rate, it is a pleasure to be here tonight, and I hope that the Providence Hockey Club has all the success in the world, and I will always be here anytime one of the members of the club are honored. Thank you very much.